Hey guys, this one is how to use the WordPress app on your phone. So I've got an iPhone here, but this is going to be an app for Android and iPhone. And it's a way that you can manage your WordPress site from your smartphone. There's a few features of the app that I'm going to go through, let you know all of those different features, how to use them, how to set it up, and link your site as well. Also, be sure to check out the links in the description if you want more tutorials about WordPress, website building, absolutely everything there. I'll put all of that information below in the description. Let's get into the app now and see how it works. When you get the WordPress app opened up, it's going to take you through to either continuing with WordPress.com or entering your site address. Now, you really can't start and run a website from the app. The app is really a tool for people that already have websites. So once you've got your website set up, and if you don't have that, all of those tutorials are on my channel. I'll link them in the description. We want to go through to enter your site address. Then what you can do is enter your WordPress logon details. So once you've got everything set up, enter the domain name of your website in there. It will find it in the WordPress database. And then you can go and enter the username and password of your WordPress login. And then it will log you into essentially your WordPress dashboard, but a mobile version of this. So I entered my password, as you can see, and it found my site. So it's got my site here, my web address, and the name that I use with the dashboard in my WordPress as well. You can just enter in here, and then you can see the layout of the app. So we can go over a quick features overview of the app right now. You can add pages, add blog posts, follow different sites, get stats and analytics for your website, and also add some media to the database of your site as well. As we scroll down, you can see a few things that you can add: site pages, blog posts, media, and even comments. So if you have a comments section for your site and people can add these, you can actually manage all of your comments in here. Now, I don't have any comments on my site, but you can see all of the comments on your site. You can also go over them and see if you want to approve or deny publishing them. You can reply on here as well. So a really simple way to reply to comments. This is going to be really good if you have a business type of site and you have people asking questions. You can come in on your smartphone and reply to all the comments in there. You can also go down to the external option and go into your WordPress admin. This is going to take you through to a browser on your phone, and you can go into the browser option, or you can click on view site like this. And this site I'm just using for tutorials, so it's definitely not my site. Some different things on here, but this is essentially just the mobile or browser version of your website. So you can just see if there's any problems, any issues with it loading. If there's any issues, you can see, but you can just basically see the mobile version, which I think is quite good. You do have some options up there as well. If you want to press this one, it'll actually take you through to this option where you can edit the page. I wouldn't say this is the best because it's on a mobile and it's not as good as the web application. But if you do want to make some quick changes, you can make some very simple edits. And I have Elementor actually on my site as well. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to make changes to the site, maybe just go onto desktop, but there are some options here. As you can see, you're basically in your WordPress dashboard, but a mobile browser version of this. But I'm just going to click out of here and go through the other options. We can come up to the add pages option, and you can add posts as well. And this is for blog posts. If we click on add pages, I've actually got 4 pages on the site already: a home, an about us, a services page, and a contact page. Now, you can actually add brand new pages here, and you don't have to publish them straight away, just like in WordPress. You can look at your drafts, you can actually schedule when pages are posted, and you can obviously delete these as well. This is quite a good feature of the app. So from the pages that you already have, you have this 3-dot menu, and you can change these around. So you can either move it to a draft, you can delete the page. So there's some good options in here. Down at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this pink add page option. So we can press this and then we can choose a layout for the new page that we want to create. So there's definitely some good templates in here that you can use. These are not part of the theme that I'm using, so these are just kind of WordPress themes, but you can see you've got some templates here. So maybe you want to choose a home page or something like this. I'm just going to choose create a blank page just to show you. I don't need a template, so I'll create a blank page right here. You can see a very simple editor on this. So if I just put latest news like this, and then you can start writing. It's essentially just a blog post. It's just a very simple text style editor that you can use. But if you really need to create maybe a new article for your site, something like that, then it's going to be a good mobile based editor to do that. If you don't choose a template when you're adding a page, then this will just follow the normal template of your site that you're using now. If I just put new post in here like this, then we can see the options that we have. So there's a 3-dot menu to the top right-hand corner. You can save this page as a draft. You can see right now you can switch to either the classic editor or HTML mode if you're okay with some coding. You can preview the page as well, which takes you through to what the page might look like on your actual site. So you can see my footer down here and obviously the latest news right here. So as I said, very simple. It just follows the theme that you're using already, but if you're in a bind, you can use it. There are some other options to add in though. So if you come to the editing box, you can see this plus on the left-hand side. If you press this, it'll actually come through to some more elements that you can add into the page. So if you do want to add some media or some quotes and you want to add an article like that, then that is right in here for you. So it's not just literally a text box where you can't add anything in. You can add a few different things here, a social icon, for example, here. So there are some quite good features in the editor that you can add on. It won't be as feature rich as the web-based version, but I think for most articles that you might want to write on your phone, the options are here for you to make a decent article with all of the features that you need. Like with most things in WordPress, you don't have to save specifically. You can actually publish the page by pressing the top right-hand corner and pressing this publish button. If you want to save it as a draft though, just press the X button in the top left. So I'll press that. Then those options to save drafts are there. You can either discard, keep editing, or just update draft like this. Then it's going to save it for you in your drafts. So we'll go to drafts. You can see that edit is now there. So that's a good way of just saving your edits before you actually publish that page onto your site. Other ways to add media to your site though, and this isn't specifically in a new page, but if we just come back to my site, you can see the media option here. So this will be if you have a video that you need to put onto your site's database, maybe some images that someone else can use. Maybe you have them on your phone, or maybe you're writing an article for the site and you have your phone and you really need to quickly take some images, get them onto your site, more like sharing with other people on the site so that they can use them in some different articles. Well, you can come to media right here and you can see fetching media. These are all of the different images that are in my site's database, in the WordPress database that I've used over time. Some logos here, some images that I've uploaded. So you can see all of those. It's really good. Maybe there's some images that you need to share. You can download them from your site here. So this is a good option. Now you can come to edit. So you can actually edit all of the images and files on your site. So you can delete some that aren't needed anymore. So that's a really good option. I'm just going to cancel out of there though, because I don't want to delete those. But of course you can add some as well. Press the plus button. It's then going to go through to your phone's library. So I'm just going to allow access to all photos. You can take a photo with your phone, which is a pretty good option, and then upload it directly to your site for either yourself or someone else to use. Let's say I just want to choose one from my device. So I'm going to go here, then I'm just going to go to a selfie. That's fine for me. So I'm just going to add one like this. That will be uploaded to my site's database. So that won't be actually put in any pages, but it is a bit of media that I can use. And then if I am adding pages later on, I can then put that media into the page. As we come out of the My Site though, if you want to create a new blog post on your site, you can do that in two ways. Just come down to the bottom right hand corner, press the pink button right here. It's going to ask you, what do you want to add, a blog post or a site page? Or if you do specifically want to add a blog post, just come into posts like this. Then you'll be able to see all of the posts on your site. I don't think I have any blog posts specifically on my site. So all of those published posts, as you can see, I don't have any. If you're working on some blog posts, you'll see them in your drafts, just like we went through with pages, and then scheduled as well. So you can schedule them on all here. So let's just create a post like this. And really it's exactly the same way as creating a page. So let's just put new blog post like this and then start writing the post. This is my blog post. And just like with the page, you can add absolutely everything that you want. So just press this plus button on the left-hand side. You can add new paragraphs, new videos. So maybe let's just add a new paragraph. You can see you can write that. And just like on WordPress, it's done in blocks. So this is a block right here. This is another block. And then you can add any block that you want. A page break block is easy enough. And then you can add yet another one. Maybe you want to add a heading. So you can see you can add lots of different blocks to that blog post. In exactly the same way we did with the page, we can just press X here, save a draft of our blog post. Then you should see that in draft right here. And you can go and click on the more option and publish now if you like. Can of course go back to editing it very easily. There are some more options in the blog post article though. If you press the three dots right here, you can come to post settings. So you can set some settings for the post. You can set the publish date and time. So you can schedule this right here. Just use a calendar. So that's simple. You can choose the day and time that you want to post it. Also choose the post format, and quite good is that the visibility as well. You can choose password protected or private. So there's some good options for posting blog posts on the WordPress app. There are some other options in the app that you need a plugin for though. So if we come back to the main page, if you want to see statistics on your site, you can press stats right here. This will give you all the visitor statistics, but you do need to install the Jetpack plugin to use this. You can either go to your WordPress itself and install, or just press install right here. And as you can see, your website credentials will not be stored and are only used for the purpose of installing Jetpack. So you can actually do it right in the app. Press continue, and it's going to install the Jetpack plugin for your WordPress. So if you go back into your dashboard on PC or Mac on your web application, you will see a new plugin installed. It's called Jetpack. Jetpack is very trustworthy. It's actually part of WordPress, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is used by many sites, and it's something you're going to have to use anyway. It is trustworthy. It's not got any bugs. So you can set it up. Just press setup, and then it will take you through to the Jetpack sign-in. You can go through and set this up on your phone. There's no issues, but I'm just going to switch to the desktop just to show you the options. Now it's actually downloaded the plugin for me, but you can see you need to set it up right here. Just click on set up Jetpack. Choose a username and password for Jetpack as well that you can use with the account. Just click on create account. When you do create a Jetpack account, it's going to take you through to this payments page. And yeah, there are a lot of paid features on Jetpack, but don't worry, there are free features as well. Once you've signed up for Jetpack and you have the plugin, those free features are there for you. So once you've got your Jetpack account set up, it should start receiving your site data and analytics for you. Let's get back into the WordPress app though, and we'll go through some other features. Coming through to some admin tasks though, if you come down, you can see you can configure your site. Site settings, including the tagline, can be changed in here. And if you do or don't want to use the block editor when you're adding pages and posts, I think the block editor is a great thing to use, so I definitely have that on. When it comes to plugins and also themes, you really can't change them in the WordPress app. You're gonna have to go onto the desktop version to make those bigger changes. Also moving through to the reader, this is where you can actually follow and discover other WordPress blogs and sites. So if you go to discover, you can actually see a lot of different sites that are listed in WordPress that you might want to follow. You can actually choose these by the different categories that they're in. So these are a lot of blogs. As you can see, these are different sites by different people. You can go in and view them. So if you're actually a blogger yourself and you enjoy reading other blogs and discovering other blogs, then the app is quite good for this as well. You can go in here, read those blog posts, and you can see that all in your reader right there. That may keep you coming back to the app, but in terms of the site itself that you can edit, posts and pages, comments as well, you can edit in this app. For more in-depth stuff, you do need to go to the web version. Check out those links in the description for more WordPress, website building, information, videos, and everything like that. That is it for this one though. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you in the next one.